on the back side. So Gabe, my answer to you is that you have to be a self-advocate. Do you know what a self-advocate is? I tell my kids at home this all the time. You have to be a self-advocate. You have to, when something doesn't make sense, you have to raise your hand or come see me later and say, I still don't get this. Because I want to make sure that you get it before you head out the door. All right? But these are invaluable. Give me a thumbs up if you've used your problem sets to help you with your homework.
I know, because I can remember exactly what we did in class.
Sam, that's awesome, but I would love it if you took it home just in case. Because you can recycle it once you get home. But you're not going to be able to use it if it's recycled here and you get home and for whatever reason you can't remember how to do the problem. Okay, so what I'd like you to do right now is to look at the back. Everybody look at the back of your problem set. We just did as a class number 2. I want each of you to do 2E. 2E. And if you're already done with 2E, go over it again to make sure you understand it. We're going to do it again in class together. So everybody's going to do 2E. You have 3 minutes to do 2E.
We did this on the exact same time.
Okay, so what one are we working on today? Are we working on problem set 5?
Problem 5, 2E.
Okay, excellent. Thank you.
We done it twice.
Huh?
We done it twice. That means
Good. Then you know it. Top to bottom, right? If you've done it twice, you know it perfectly. How about you?
all of
Done
us did
it
it twice.
twice, so you've got it top to bottom, right? Question? Uh-huh. So 1/3 equals 40. That's correct.
Okay, I hear a lot of talking. Does that mean you're finished?
Draw a picture of that. Draw a picture of that. So first we want to do that first, right? Okay, so
Are you taking a video class?
I think that would be a good way to do it. So why don't you draw that and then we'll see. Okay, so now count the squares for me. Okay, so 1/3 equals 4/12, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, right? You just proved that. Yes, it does.
That's a great place to do it. Alright. So our projector is not working again. So what I'm going to have you do is look up here at the whiteboard. And Julia, do you feel pretty confident? If you want to come up and do it on the board, that would be great. If not, we can choose somebody else. Totally up to you. Yep. And then as you're doing it, can you walk us through it step by step?
So first I made the area model.
Yeah, everybody's eyes and ears directed at Julia.
And it says it's 1/3
show us what 1/3 looks like first?
It looks like.
I just think visually it helps to see the original area model.
Wait, you have to get smaller. You have to. And then. And that. And now.
Can you tell us why you split it up the way you did?
Because it says it needs, well, it's for 12, so, and it's equal to 1/3, so I needed to make 12 parts. So it could be 4 of the 12 parts.
Okay. So it looks like you made 4 equal rows. Okay. Look at yours and make sure that you have that. Is right so far. That was
You have to do the one right at the top.
So, can I stop you? Does anybody have a question for Julia so far? Look at her diagram, look at yours, and raise your hand if you have a question or a comment. Wait, I'm going to make sure that everybody heard that.
4.
There we go. How many of you thought it was 1/12? So here's the deal. When you turn in your homework to me and I'm looking over your work, Annabella and Luke, sometimes I can't decipher your reading or your writing. So if you wrote something that looks like 1/12, what am I going to do?
Mark it wrong.
Mark it wrong. So make sure that you're using a pencil so you can erase it. And make sure that you're writing exactly what you mean to be writing so that I can read it. Because if I have to sit and look at every single person's numbers, I'm not going to take the time to do that. I'm going to look at it, decide what I think it is, and mark you right or wrong. So make sure it's very clear.
So then 1/3 equals 12.
I'm going to stop you again. Everybody looking at her area model? Did the area change at all?
No.
Did it get bigger? Did it get smaller?
No.
The area stayed the same. She just broke the area up into smaller pieces. Thank you.
So then if 1/3 equals 4/12, then 1/3 equals 1/12 plus 1/12 plus 1/12 plus 1/12, because 1/12 plus 1/12 plus 1/12 equals 4/12.
Thumbs up if you agree, thumbs down if you disagree. Okay, next step.
So then that equals 4/12 equals 1/3. Then 1/3 equals 1/12 times 4. Because that equals 4. But then 4/12 equals 1/3.
Excellent. The reason why she did all of that is because the directions say, draw an area model, which she did, to represent 1/3 or 3/6 equals 1/2. And then it says to decompose using number sentences. It wants the sum of the fractions. Did she do that? And then she decomposed it using a multiplication sentence. Did she do that? This would be an example of a correct answer on your homework. If you only do this, that's wrong. Even though I can see that you understand it, I need to see that you're following all of the directions. Because when we come to Smarter Balanced in May, it's going to ask you multi-step questions, and you have to answer each step. So it's important that you're practicing that right now. These are the types of questions you're going to see. So don't just give me one answer. I'm going to be checking them off, and you're going to be getting it back on your desk. If you get it back on your desk, that means you need to do tonight's homework and last night's homework. Any questions about that? Julia, high five, Rockstar. Good job. Give your neighbor a high five if you got it right.
High five.